Number one is drink water. Water will rehydrate your organs and make you feel more alert. You can easily add freshly squeezed lemons if you're not a big fan of plain water. I know I do not like the taste of water at all, so I'm always putting lemon in my water, and now I enjoy it. I have no problem. But if we don't drink adequate amount of water, what happens is our organs literally almost, I mean, they don't dry up, but they're not functioning at their maximum capacity. So ensuring you're drinking as much water as you can palate. Work out. We've all heard this 1,000 times before, but if you choose an activity that you enjoy over others, like if it's yoga or getting on your treadmill or jogging or walking or weightlifting, etc., it could be anything, even if you do leg lifts while you're sitting down. And it could be literally 10 or 15 minutes. I mean, some people think they gotta, put on an hour and a half of sweating to the oldies or something. And that's not what exercise is all about. It can be, if that's what your preference is, go for it, absolutely. But some people dread the idea of, oh, I gotta exercise. You know what? A couple push-ups, a couple jumping jacks, whatever you can do, you're comfortable doing, fine. 3, give yourself loving and motivational messages. Think about a person that you absolutely love, adore, and respect. What affirming messages would you say to them? And once you think about this, say those messages to yourself. We should all be our own best friend. And if you're not comfortable doing that, fake it till you make it. Number 4, this is one of the ones that overlapped with Debbie, is practice and develop a gratitude guide. So count your blessings. Think of someone who you need to thank today. And if you find it hard to be grateful, start with the very, very basics. Did you wake up today? Are you alive? Are you breathing? It's likely you have a roof over your head. So again, start with the very basics of something to be thankful for. Now, if you can muster it up, I would highly encourage you thank yourself for things, because again, we are supposed to be our own best friends. So, I hope that you would often compliment your friend. And if you compliment your friend, why not compliment yourself? Because we're supposed to be our best friend. All right, so moving on to the list, which I covered earlier on when we deep breathed, when we took our deep breaths. Breathing in for 4 seconds and out for a count of 6. That's one of the breathing techniques. I mean, there's a million breathing techniques, so everyone can find their own. I was somewhere not too long ago where they said, everybody take the deepest breath possible. And then after you took the deepest breath possible, they said, okay, now try to gulp in 2 more. And basically it was just to kind of get your body open and expanded and, see what your potential is, and then breathe out slow. So again, one of my techniques is breathe in for 4 seconds and out on the count of 6. Then again, and repeat. There's also the box technique, which I think I went over in a previous class. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, repeat the process. This will actually calm you, because breathing techniques make your body feel like it already does when it's relaxed. So it's basically bringing it back to a time when your body already feels relaxed. Visualize. This is one of my personal favorites because it's free and you can do it anywhere and give it any amount of time. Simply make yourself comfortable and then try to picture a peaceful scene. Could be a future vacation, your favorite beach, playing with children, if that de-stresses you. Side note, it doesn't, it stresses me out. You can even visualize yourself accomplishing a future goal. Visualizations, like I said, they're very easy, they're free, and they can be done anywhere. There are times I will just flop on my couch and mentally go to, I went to Greece one time and the water was absolutely beautiful. And it was so beautiful. Oh my gosh, it was breathtaking. So sometimes I'll just lie on the couch, close my eyes, and visualize that beautiful blue water of the time I was in Greece. And before you know it, I'm so relaxed, I'm almost on the verge of falling asleep. So eat a snack, another one, but this is eating a snack mindfully. It's not going for your handful of chips and Cheetos and all this other stuff that make your fingers orange. Stress eating doesn't have to be bad. Pick a snack that'll fill you up. Say it could be a half of an avocado, a handful of your favorite nuts, a hard-boiled egg. Um, Nothing is more stressful on the brain than running out of nourishment. And this goes back to also making sure that you're drinking plenty of water. We want our brain to be well hydrated, well nourished, all with their vitamins and so forth. So when you're going for a snack, just do it, mindfully. Um, and the other key too is try not to snack while you're multitasking or watching TV, because then what happens is you snack a little too much. You want to be mindful of it. Maybe take a snack away from your computer, go sit in a peaceful place and slowly enjoy, I'll be honest, I'm the first one that opens up the refrigerator door and I'm like, oh, a piece of cheese, gobble, gobble. But really what would be nice is to take an apple or a carrot, go sit down, slowly enjoy it. It's just a snack, and you'll actually feel good that you fed your body appropriately. If you can afford it, buy yourself a small plant. House plants aren't just beautiful air purifiers, but they can actually help you calm down. Researchers have found that simply being around plants can induce your relaxation response. Not to mention, it's a reciprocal relationship. You give it carbon dioxide, it gives you back oxygen. So if you can get a hold of a plant, many times, plants are on sale, or you can go to a nursery and get a cheap plant, or even if you want to replant a free something from your garden. Also, many people like to sing to plants, talk to plants, because research has shown that plants have feelings and emotions, and the more time and energy you give a plant, the more it'll thrive. So something to kill a few birds with one stone. Also, step away from the screen, which seems ironic because I'm on it right now and you guys are on it. But if possible, when possible, step away from the screen. Uninterrupted computer use, as well as late night computer use, has been associated with stress, lost sleep, and even depression. So make sure to take frequent breaks during your day from the computer. And also try and cut out all technology an hour before bedtime. This just does a lot for your brain. It, calms it down, it gives a sense of relaxation. Research has shown that it has tremendous benefits to shut down at least an hour before bedtime of your computer or television. Another tip to de-stress, believe it or not, is pucker up. Kissing relieves stress by helping your brain to release endorphins. If you don't have anyone to kiss, just get creative. And know that when you do, endorphins are released. Like I said, if you don't have anyone to kiss, practice on your hand. Kiss your hand. Just make sure nobody's watching. Speaking of hands, another trick to de-stress, I learned this when I was reading a reflexology book, I believe one time. And what they're saying is if you take your second knuckle from your pointer finger and middle finger and massage or lightly squeeze between it, that does help reduce stress. So basically, here's your first knuckle. Here's your second knuckle. You want to massage or lightly squeeze right here. The joints at the base of your finger, of your pointer finger and your middle finger. Now, what this does is it helps to create a sense of instant calm. It works for a lot of people, doesn't work for everyone. So it's just another tip to see, if it does work for you. And what's nice about this is that you can do this again, anywhere, anytime. If you're in a board meeting and you're feeling a little anxious, or what have you, you can put your hands under the table and just, massage away at in between those second knuckles. Now, I mentioned screen time before, but I didn't mention the phone. Cell phones actually stress you out. There's no questions about that. Talking on your cell phone, or in general, but talking on your cell phone can absolutely raise your blood pressure. Don't believe me? I'll be happy to give you my mother's phone number. But seriously, talking on the phone can stress you out. So shut off your phone. If you have nothing important going on with your phone, just shut it off and give yourself that calm, for a short period. I've said this before in countless classes. I cannot stress enough to put on some music. Now, while classical music has a particularly soothing effect, it actually slows heart rate and lowers blood pressure, even decreases levels of stress hormones. Any music that you love will flood your brain with feel-good neurochemicals like dopamine and so forth. Um, the other great thing about music is we often sing along to it, and singing along to music is also a great stress reducer. So it's really a win-win. Any music that you enjoy, I don't care if it's country, rap, classical, if you enjoy it and it relaxes you, by all means, indulge yourself. Now, what are we at? Number 14, treat yourself to one piece of candy. Now, eating or drinking something sweet is soothing because it stems the production of the stress hormone, and let me try to get this word correct, glucocorticoid. What that does is glucocorticoid is involved with the metabolism of carbohydrates and proteins and fats, which actually have anti-inflammatory activity. So a piece of candy is actually good. It all, stimulates some of these great things in our mind, as long as we don't get carried away. I happen to be one of those people that I have a major sweet tooth. I'd probably consider myself a chocoholic. If I have a bite of ice cream, the dam is open. I just want to finish the half a gallon. But if you can have a spoonful of ice cream or one piece of candy, it does trigger that, like I said, that glucocorticoid, which helps in even activating the anti-inflammatory activity in your body. Speaking of candy, chew a piece of gum. Chewing gum just doesn't make your breath better. It could actually relieve anxiety, improve alertness, and reduce stress reduce stress during episodes of multitasking. A lot of times especially in this day and age, we multitask quite a bit, which researchers say there's no such thing. Our mind can only focus on one thing at a time. But for those of us who believe we can multitask, it puts a lot of stress on our brain. And if we chew gum, it basically just improves alertness, so we're not so stressed when we're multitasking. Let's see here. 15, watch a funny video or anything funny clip, funny movie, could be a viral video, anything, or even open up a book of jokes. A good laugh is a great relaxation technique. Laughter enhances our intake of oxygen-rich air, which stimulates our hearts, our lungs, our muscles, and increases the endorphins that are released by our brain. So anytime we can laugh, and with today's technology and resources at our fingertips, we can be laughing within seconds or minutes. So a good laugh will do us great. And number 16, which is the last on my list, which is to tighten and relax your muscles. A lot of people don't care for this one, but it actually does work. And a lot of people don't care for it because A, it takes work, and B, it takes time, but it is effective. So basically you start with your toes and you work your way up to your foot muscles and then your legs and so forth. So you tighten, let's just say you tighten your toes, tighten them to the count of whatever. Could be 3, could be 5, could be 8, whatever you could stand. Tighten them as much as possible, then relax. Then tighten the muscles in your feet. As tight as you can, count to 3, 5, whatever, then relax. Then tighten the muscles in your legs, relax. Tighten the muscles in your stomach, and work your way up all the way to your mouth and your eyes and your forehead. You're tightening your muscles, and then you're just relaxing. Basically, I understand this is time consuming, it takes some energy, and it actually seems silly, but this practice can actually help reduce anxiety and stress, and it's often recommended to patients who suffer from depression and anxiety. So it is effective, it does work, it just takes a little time and practice. Those were the 16 that I had. However, I'm going to give you 4 more bonus tricks very quickly, if you don't mind. See or talk or hang around with your best friend. Friends aren't just, fun. Your very closest ones can actually reduce your stress levels. Oftentimes, just planning or knowing that you're going to meet up or chat with your friend reduces stress. Now, again, let me reiterate, these are encouraging friends, not the ones who deplete our energy every time we come in contact with them. These are friends that uplift us and encourage us and motivate us and root for us. Also, eat a banana or a potato. Now, potassium helps to regulate blood pressure, which rises during times of stress. So some people find that eating a banana when they're feeling stressed or a potato helps improve energy and the recovery process. And research shows that it also can protect your body from the negative effects of stress, like increased risk of heart attack and stroke. So if you're not into bananas, but maybe you don't mind them with a little bit of peanut butter on it, wonderful. If you don't like potatoes, but you don't mind a little tiny bit of butter or salt on it, wonderful. But the potassium in bananas and potatoes has actually scientifically been proven to help meet our stress and kind of comment. Also, work on your craft. Um, that craft can be anything that's repetitive. So anything you can do with your fine motor skills, whether that's knitting, whether that's making jewelry, whether that's gardening, cross stitching, anything along those lines can soothe anxiety. Anything that you enjoy, again, that's repetitive, decreases stress and tension, and actually can even increase self-esteem. And that can immediately double down on your stress. And the last thing I want to say, which is very easy, and I probably should have been doing it more so during this class, is smile. Believe it or not, just by smiling, we trick our brain into thinking that we're not stressed. There's a saying that where the mind goes, the person follows. And I say in this area, where the facial emotion goes, the mood follows. So try it. Smiling does the mind and body a lot of great, because again, it tricks our body into thinking that we're in a good mood, we're fine, we're calm, relaxed. So those are my 16 plus ways of decreasing stress and tension. There are a myriad ways to decrease stress and tension. So, use what's effective for you. But I hope that there were just a few out of this that maybe you could either try, or if they didn't work for you before, retry.